We've seen them graze Puerto Rico's lush mountainous countryside. We've heard their one-of-a-kind percussive gait as they glide across the paved streets of plazas in every municipality. For Boricuas everywhere, the Puerto Rican Paso Fino sparks emotions of nostalgia and a longing for our homeland. But for many of us, this unique breed of horse also remains a bit of an enigma.
El caballo se encontraba en el sur de España. El caballo había llegado con la conquista de los árabes de España desde el norte de África, que era el caballo berberisco, que se mezcló con el caballo que existía en el sur de España. El caballo llega a Puerto Rico desde la República Dominicana, traído por Juan Ponce de León desde la hacienda localizada en Higüey.
The Paso Fino horse was introduced to Puerto Rico at the time of the Spanish conquest. The horses that were bred in the island's fields and valleys soon became valued for carreras de caballo, or horse shows and competitions, a popular custom that began in the 1600s. With time, it became a cultural symbol deeply rooted in the soul of Puerto Rican people, and the Paso Fino inspired a sense of pride for all Boricuas. This new breed encouraged people to experience what it was to always have a horse that stands strong and doesn't shy away from the frequent obstacles and dense vegetation of the rough Puerto Rican terrain. By the late 1700s, the Paso Fino was well on its way to becoming a symbol of Puerto Rican identity, and the Boricuas of the time sent a letter to the King of Spain asking that the breeding of Paso Finos be maintained. Later, in the 1800s, a group of Puerto Rican women called Las Amazonas played a lead role in the breed's development and use in both sport and recreation, and the Amazons would eventually gain international recognition for their bravery and their art of riding Paso Fino horses. But despite its early popularity, the Paso Fino had to struggle for its survival. A resistance movement broke out in the 1800s, and the Paso Fino shows became banned, and many Puerto Ricans stepped up to defend their custom. Response to the ban was intense and unyielding, so strong and effective that Queen Isabella II of Spain had to revoke the ban in 1853. With that, the Paso Fino and the traditional shows were forever christened, sanctified as icons and national symbols of the Puerto Rican culture.
El término Paso Fino es un puertorriqueñismo. Eso es lo que dice la historia. Ningún país puede alardear de haber creado el término Paso Fino. Después, por exportación de Puerto Rico, fue que llegó a otros países el término Paso Fino.
The Paso Fino tradition is still alive today, and Boricuas today are working hard to perpetuate the breed's health and popularity. Not only are Paso Finos widely popular across the Puerto Rican archipelago, Boricuas in the Patria Extendida introduced the breed to the U.S. mainland and other countries, so that today the Paso Fino is owned and bred by horse enthusiasts around the world. Thankfully, the breed and sport remain firmly rooted in Puerto Rican culture, and a team of professionals is campaigning to have UNESCO name the Paso Fino breed as a World Heritage Icon. But we all need to do our part to make sure this beloved national symbol continues to thrive for generations to come.